How have things changed for women in Hollywood?
Well, I think there are more women directing. The fact that we're having this conversation is incredibly important. I think we're more aware of how we have to hire and in casting be more aware of women and minorities. And I mean, it's just a lack of imagination, really. Once you have the intention, is the ageism factor, all of those things slowly is changing. But mostly, I think what's important is that there's so many women that are heading their own projects, right? That are putting projects together, heads of studios that are women that are making studios lots of money. And one by one, I think I'm hopeful, you know. Do all of these isms still exist? Absolutely, but again, I think it's just really great that you asked me that question and that people are talking about it, and it's kind of fabulous that this show is prompting discussions about that, you know, so.
Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
How real is this idea of feuding behind the scenes?
Well, I think in that crazy, magical Hollywood system, that as a film fan, I thought I was so wanting to be part of, and I wish that it was still around. It was rough, you know, and it was these feuds kind of like metamorphosized out of, you know, what was fed to these women. You know, they were in a stable, if you can imagine a stable. All of them are thoroughbred racehorses, and then there's one jockey, and they're all vying for that jockey. You know, they're all vying for that film role, and so it was hard for them.
If you were in the same movie as the real Olivia, do you think you two would have gotten along?
Yes, because my father-in-law and my mother-in-law know her. They live an ocean apart and continents apart, but yeah, my father-in-law says she was just wise. She was wise and smart, and because of and I said, but she sounds so royal, like Olivia de Havilland, and he said that she does have that air of royalty about her, but she had a wicked sense of humor. So I try to incorporate all that into my bits in Feud.
Any idea if she's seen your bits yet?
I don't know. I hope she's not too cross with me, but I tried to make her as graceful as I know she is and throw some humor in that.
In your own life as an actress, have you witnessed feuding behind the scenes? Have you had a hard time with other actors and actresses?
No.
You've been lucky.
No. You know, I always think about movie sets and how magical they can be, and they are a lot of the time. There's so many people from different walks of life all thrown together for a few months to create magic, you know, and we all give it our best shot. And yeah, there's going to be personalities that you don't get on with, but you get on, you do it, you know. And then I think of rock bands. It's like somebody like has an argument, then it's like the band breaks up. It's like, oh no, and it's gone. It's like
it's a waste, right?
Yeah, movie sets aren't like that. They don't like rock bands. They can't break up and get back together. They just have to stick it through.
How have things changed for women in Hollywood?
We've made baby steps. Baby steps. I don't think it's as hard today as it was for those women. I don't. But then we didn't have the beginnings of equality, and it is the beginnings of equality. And I'm not talking about women in the movie industry, every woman in every job, you know, in the boardroom, everywhere, in the doctor's office, everywhere. So we're getting there. I'll see you in 50 years.
There we go. So you've had such a string of successes. What is your recipe for good TV?
Good story, good stars, good production value. And I love it when it has something to say. You know, the things that I've done, I think that maybe have resonated the most, like Glee or The People versus O.J. Simpson or Feud, actually had strong emotional thesis statements behind them.
And once you find an actress or actor you like, it seems like you put them into different projects.
Yeah, I do.
Like Jessica Lange, like Sarah Paulson.
Yeah. I mean, if I love you, I love you.
Exactly.
You know, this is my first time working with Susan, and she and I are going to work together again on something. So, Catherine the same. I just love them. And then once you're in the family, you know, I like to take care of you and make sure that you're treated with the respect and dignity that you deserve.
How have things changed for women in Hollywood?
It hasn't changed. It still sucks. It's terrible. And it's sad, and that's what Feud is about. It's very, very hard, I think, for women over 40. In terms of economically, I think so, of finding the right roles, I think of being respected and taken care of in the way that men always have been. And I think our show is powerful because it's just sort of a spotlight to continue that conversation about how nothing has changed.
Now, speaking of feuds, the whole feud between Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson reminded me of this plot. Do you think that this is a do you think this is a sign of a change in Hollywood? Men taking over from women with the feuding?
Well, maybe with the maybe. I mean, were they catfighting on Twitter? I don't know.
Well, they were fighting behind the scenes
Didn't
on
they
the
both
Fast and
deny it though?
Well, the Rock posted something on social media insinuating that there was some kind of feud. I think there could be the makings of a next episode here, of a next show.
No.
No, rejected.
Rejected. Yeah, I don't think we'll do another Hollywood story after this one, right?
There we go. Well, congrats on this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.